Hi, everyone. Welcome to Facebook Live. I'm Raj Gavrola. This week I'm talking about It's About Life. And in It's About Life, I want to talk with you about the tool that I use that puts you or gets you or allows you or helps you or works for you to experience the zone. And you already know the tool. I had a session previously about the tool, and you can use it as you'd like to and as you need or want to. Today's session is taking it to the next step. And the next step is that's what you use during what you're achieving or accomplishment in life, whatever it may be. However, the next two tools are simply before you do something, do you create, prepare, during, after, evaluate, and next step? And in each one of those areas, you do this to some capacity already, but in each one of those areas, do you ask who, do you ask why, who, what, where, when, and how? The 5 W's and an H. So for example, in create, obviously, create better outcomes, being the best, right? Create better outcomes, being the best you. Create better outcomes, being the best you. See, there's a lot of value in the word creating better outcomes. And there's a lot of tremendous, infinite value in being your best. And so in the create area, before you go about doing what you're doing in your life, do you ask the 5 W's and the H? And then in the prepare area, do you ask the 5 W's and the H? And how about in the during area, the after area, the evaluate area, and the next step area? Here's my point. You might think, that's ridiculous. That would take so much time. I don't have that kind of time. And that's what often our brain will signal, or our mind signals, or we as a person signals, simply because most of our life or all of our life, we have done it a different way, or we have not continued to grow our skill set in that area. And when I show clients this, you actually receive a lot, because you realize and you have knowledge that you can apply, learning for you to apply, that it actually reduces the amount of time it takes. And most importantly, it creates the better outcomes, the rewards for you, the practical rewards. You need to be able to practically reward yourself. And when I say practically reward, you're thinking monetary reward. There's other types of rewards as well, in addition to being monetarily rewarded. Okay? And actually, you not having practical rewards, and rewards being plural. And yes, if you're doing it for work, you want to be monetarily rewarded. then you're not receiving the tremendous value from what it is that you're doing. And so people approach me and talk with me about this. And when I give them this exercise, it creates a different lens for them. They're able to have knowledge and learning they can apply to see the tremendous value of using this tool. So this is something you can do in your mind, or it's something you can jot down in a notebook on a piece of paper. And it doesn't take long, just 5 W's and an H in each one of those areas. And you'll create better outcomes and you'll receive more practical rewards. The second tool is, do you practically mentally condition Do you do that? Do you practically do mental conditioning? Now, this is an area where you're reorienting the patterns of thinking that you have, whether they're positive or whether they're apprehensive or fearful or deterrent type of thinking, or distracting thoughts or thinking. And don't let the practical mental conditioning part, it doesn't need to be extremely difficult. And it doesn't mean there's something not right or there's a problem with your mind. What it does mean is that it has been shown throughout time that our respective brains or minds are much more powerful, and us as people are much more powerful, brain being one of the main components, than we really can imagine. And every time we think that there's a limit, it's an illusion. There's so much more ways to grow your life. So, what are you doing to grow your life? So that's essential. Now, what I do with my clients, some people like it being called mental conditioning or practical mental conditioning. However, I also call it the zone conditioning. And they understand the zone conditioning a little better depending upon who the client is and their familiarity with the zone and actually performing and living and being in that type of state. And we're all there. It's just how often are we there, and do we know how to continue to make progress and realize that it's something that's built upon and grown. And the zone, the mastery of it, no one can ever achieve. But that's what makes it so amazing, because just like your brain and your mind, you're not able to outgrow it, in the sense that it does not have a finite ability. It has an infinite ability. What you can do is create better outcomes by applying the tools towards it. So in your relationships, in your life, in whatever you're doing, just think about how much better your life would be, or how you would grow your life using these tools. An example, you want to accomplish something. You have a goal. You have to do something. And you're all set to do it. And then someone's there who doesn't quite see it the way you see it. And because of that, it becomes more challenging because they're creating resistance. They're creating a drag. They're creating a, whether it's real or not, an obstacle. Now, if you had the mental conditioning tools to know how to make that into a positives only encounter, then how much better or easier would it be to grow your life? And this is what a lot of people are challenged with. So that's what I have for you today. And the zone effect for me, which I define the zone as when everything's in slow motion, time is not a deterring factor, so it's not really in the mind, and it feels effortless as you're performing and experiencing successes, breakthroughs, accomplishments, achievements. So the zone effect for me recently was exactly this. And it has to do with a lot of relationship challenge. Not because there's anything that the relationship's already good. I've already got that. It's being able to build it and doing it in a way to where individually and collectively the relationship grows or builds. And my zone effect was simply this: use the right words. I'll say it again. Use the right words. It sounds easy to do, and it is. Yet, we as people, as a person at times, think they'll know what I mean when we send that text, that email, when we're communicating with someone. But if you were to take the ability to use the right words, how much better would the outcomes be with you being your best, and how much time would be saved? My answer is a tremendous amount. Tremendous. And it all has to do with use the right words. I hope you have a meaningful trigger for this evening. I know I do. This evening, I have a very, very interesting meditation to do. And there's a reason I'm saying it's interesting. Because what I am meditating on is the feeling of rest and relaxation. I read, or actually watched a video where someone said, you can be in the active state doing what you do in life and still rest and relax. And that caught my attention. How do you rest and relax in the active state? You can do it quite often, actually. It's not just when you take a vacation and go to the beach, go to the mountains. So I will do that during my meditation. If something here resonates with you, you can contact me at 864-569-2315 or Raj at rajgavrola.com. And today at 4 o'clock, I'll be doing my session on experiencing intelligent breakthroughs in your sports performance in life.